Hey y'all, this is Becky. I'm here to do my 3-year anniversary video for stopping Klonopin. This will probably be my last video since I am feeling like I am healed, but any questions that y'all ask, I will answer because I want to be a support for everybody, as so many were support for me during my worst. Basically, I asked on the Facebook sites, what kind of things would you like me to answer when I do my video, and I want to try to answer all of them. Hopefully I can. I did write a lot of things down, actually wrote most things down, because, some things you do forget, and you will get there to that point to where I'm healed. You'll say that, and then you'll forget things because life will go on. But right now, you're not there, but you will get there, I promise. So basically what I'm going to do, and again, I wrote a lot of things down. I'm going to go through start to finish real quickly and then go over what helped me, suggestions, things like that. So in late 90s, early 2000s, I started 0.5 milligrams of Klonopin. I was given that to take at first as needed for sleep. The insomnia that Cymbalta caused me insomnia. I did stop Cymbalta in 2012, which was a withdrawal in itself, but nothing like the benzo. In 2015, I started having tolerance. I started feeling rageful, anxiety, pain, and I knew something wasn't right. And, being in the healthcare field, I started asking questions if this could be tolerance, and I was told by my doctor, well, no, you probably just have to take it the rest of your life. We need to up your dose, and I didn't want to play that game, so I decided I really wanted to get off. The doctor that was actually prescribing it was a psychiatrist at the time, and she was okay with going ahead and trying to wean because I wanted to get off of it, because I already been through one withdrawal with Cymbalta, and I just didn't want to deal with this anymore. And I didn't know what was coming either, because I thought Cymbalta was bad, but this was worse. So what the psychiatrist did was go ahead and switch me over from 0.5 Klonopin to 2 milligrams of Valium, which was too much of a drop, but this is the way she wanted it, and tried to go from there, which didn't work. I was having too many horrible symptoms. I had to stop work. So I decided I was going to go ahead and go to a detox center, and the first detox center I went, and they both were in Florida, but the first one I went to was a scary one. It was frightening. They locked you in. I can't explain it. So if you ever decide you want to go to detox, research it first. They weren't going to let me go, but eventually they did, and I came home to try it again at home, and it didn't work, so I found another detox, which is a well-known detox, and flew out there. They paid for everything. Of course, the insurance is to pay for everything, I guess, and the doctor there okayed me to go ahead to switch over to liquid Valium and wean me from there. He okayed it for 3 weeks, which, seems fast, but it was actually slow for a detox center. You go to detox, they're going to try to get you off in about 1 week, which is insane. So I okayed that, and while I was there, they did offer me a slew of other medications. But the ones I did okay to start using because I was in such dire straits was gabapentin, Vistral, and propranolol. They had me upwards at 2,400 milligrams of gabapentin a day. They had me on probably about 50 milligrams of Vistral 4 times a day, and propranolol 20 milligrams a day. I didn't stay at those doses for long because I knew they weren't helping me, and I did stay around 400 to 600 milligrams of gabapentin, and I'll go into where I'm at right now a little bit. So again, I'm switching papers. 4 weeks in, I went home. I was hoping, well, I was actually exercising a lot at rehab, and I was feeling like a tad bit better. I was like, oh, maybe this is gonna be good. I won't go through as bad as what I'm seeing online. So I went home, and I did feel okay. Went back to work, but then between, I think I hit a wall. From what happened was, I tried to get off all the meds, the gabapentin, the Visceral, the propranolol. I tried to just stop them. I had surgery. I was, with the surgery, I was prescribed Levaquin and steroids, and I actually had a tattoo redone. Between doing all that, I crashed big time. And it was probably between months 2 and 3 to about months 18 that were months to remember. It was hell. Excuse my word, it was hell. But I kept moving forward, 1 inch at a time, 1 day at a time, 1 hour at a time, and you can get through. 1-2 years of your life, it's, you know, it's not fun, but you get through it. So, and I was also asked what were my symptoms. My previous videos have my symptoms, but I'll quickly review them. I think my worst one was akathisia. I couldn't be still. I couldn't be still whatsoever. It was horrible. I would walk just to burn off the akathisia. I would pace. I'd be in my backyard pacing. Probably the neighbors thought I was insane. I would walk, go to the river. I'd sometimes walk a few times a day, whatever it took. I had DR. It was, you know, derealization. I had brain fog. I had rage. I had awful rage. I pushed so many people away with my rage. I had heart pounding, but my heart was mainly pounding in my stomach. And I didn't have tachycardia. I didn't have high blood pressure, but probably because of the other medicines, but my heart was pounding in my stomach, which made me sick. I had skin burning. My skin felt like it was burning off, but at the same time, my bones felt like ice. I couldn't, like I was saying, I couldn't eat, so I lost about 35-40 pounds. And at the beginning, I remember feeling there was an ice pick in my spine. The fear was probably one of the biggest things. I felt like, I explained it to people, I felt like 24/7, I felt like someone was dangling me off the edge of a cliff. And another fear I had was that this was going to never end. Many of you, I grasped a hold of many of you. I would like, is this going to end? You know, I would text you, I would email you, I would not email you, I'd message you. You know, I reached out to so many people, and there was, you know, so many people that kept saying, yes, it will end, and I really grasped a hold of that, and I'll get into that in a little bit. I wanted to die. I just like this is never going to end. I just want to die. There's no life like this. I just want to die. And I begged my husband to kill me multiple times, and as you can see, he didn't do it, thank God. But, you know, eventually I said to myself, I am not going to let this crap beat me. I see too many people that have gotten through this, and I'm going to get through this. And I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight and do what I have to do to get through this. And I did get through this, as you will. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not in a month, but eventually you will. I think the biggest thing I did was I grasped a hold of people who was further out than me, who said, yes, you do heal. Just hold on. You know, people like Don Killian and Baylisa, they were my stronghold. And if they're watching this, thank you. Thank you very much. You saved my life. I also had questions asked about food. I was terrified. I didn't know what to eat, what I could eat. Everybody kept saying, don't eat this, don't eat that. This will make you worse, this will make you better. And, you know, I have already lost 35-40 pounds. I was dwindling away. I was dehydrated. I was going to the ER so many times because of fluid loss that I had to stop listening. I had to do what's best for me. I ate what appealed to me because I had to maintain my nutrition. lot of it was smoothies. I lived on smoothies. I would throw in, fruit. I would throw, vegetable and a protein like peanut butter or almond butter in it. And I lived on that because I had to do something to maintain. And you should do what you need to do to maintain. These sites will tell you one thing, because what works for one won't work for another. You have to do you. Let's see. I was asked about other medications. You'll see in these sites that people will say, don't take this, don't take that, you have to get off of this or you're never going to heal. It will scare you. And I keep saying, do you. What works for you is what matters. And you will heal in either way. So, as far as for me, during my worst, I probably stayed around 400 milligrams of gabapentin. I was at 25 milligrams of Vistral and 20 milligrams of propranolol. That was eventually changed to 25 milligrams of atenolol because the propranolol gave me too much depression. I'll tell you, I was in and out of hospitals. I was in and out of hospitals probably about 3 or 4 times. And all they wanted to really do is add more medications. I'm trying to get to that page. The medications, because I wrote them down because I thought it was so insane. It was like they were going down a menu of medication just to see what could help, because I was in such bad, dire straits. They tried Zyprexa, Zoloft, Celexa, Boost Bar, Prozac, Trazodone, Seroquel. And for me, they made me worse. I've been tried on multiple supplements. None of them helped. The one thing that may have helped me was, and I keep emphasizing me because what works for me is not going to be what works for you. So again, you've got to test out and see what works for you. The supplements, the only supplement might have helped me was when I was able to go to get IVs and get vitamin C put in it. Where I was living at the time, there was a place where I would go for IV fluids with vitamins infused into it, so I would always get vitamin C because it's known to reduce your cortisol, which has everything to do with a lot of the symptoms you have. I did try to go to a few naturopaths, hence the supplements, and they didn't help. They tried, they cared, they wanted to help, but nothing that didn't help me. I'm going to tell you what did help me is when I surrendered. I would go to the park, and I would go to the river, and I would sit and talk to Jesus, and I begged him for help. I noticed through my journey that no one could help me. And when I reached out to Jesus is when my healing really started happening, because he was there. He walked through it with me. He reassured me it would end. And he said, hold on. And I did. And I will be forever grateful and thankful to him. And it was between Jesus and time. And, I will live my days serving the Lord. I'm going to tell you, I basically went through my retirement through this because I couldn't work and still had to pay bills. And eventually we had to sell our house. And it was around the time that we had to sell our house when I was sort of starting to improve. It was around 18 months out. I was blessed to find a job near the beach where I've always wanted to be. We got a smaller home, and I was able to start working part-time, and eventually now I'm full-time. I started to go to a Celebrate Recovery here, which has been a godsend for me. We have to also work on the reasons why we were put on these medications in the first place. And that's where I'm at now, is working on that, working on techniques. I have a large group of people who are helping me through each and every day. So, I'm thinking I might have lost my way. So what did I do? That was a question. That was a question that was asked of me. I walked a lot. You know, I've previous videos on Facebook where I was at the river. I mean, I walked miles. It helped to burn the akathisia. It helped me be able to relax a little bit in the evening. I did a lot of meditation. The guided meditation on YouTube helped me relax, at least a little bit. I couldn't watch TV, I couldn't read because I couldn't focus. I had to do something to try to relax me. So I listened to a lot of guided meditation, and I have my favorites now because I still listen to them. Jason Stevenson and Michael Seeley, those two got me through a lot of days. As I was saying before with food, I lived on smoothies, ate what I could. I started to work on the reasons why I got on these medicines in the first place. I went to counseling. I went to AA at first, but now I'm at Celebrate Recovery because I feel like I fit better there. I did everything in my power to keep myself calm because that's what we need. We need our bodies to be calm to repair. You know, I came to these sites. I came to the Facebook sites. I went to Benzo Buddies, and I developed a lot of very close lifetime friendships on there. But there are times where you have to give it a break. There's a lot of fear on these. There's just a lot of fear and desperation on the sites. And, you know, as much as you want to help others, and, you know, even helping others may help you feel better, but you got to take care of you first so you can come back later and really help others. And you will get there, I promise. So I did take a lot of breaks from them. Let's see. I did have a question about what about now? What are you feeling now? What are you doing now? What's the medications? Things like that. I feel like, again, at 18 months is when I started to turn a corner. Am I perfect? No, but life isn't perfect. I do notice that high stress and illness will set me back. Will it set me back into weeks? No. It usually sets me back into hours, maybe days, but I know it's going to end. That fear of it's never going to end, I don't have that anymore. What I'll feel when I do get setbacks is some brain fog. I'll feel agitation, some mild akathisia. Nothing that a couple-mile walk will help. It will usually help after I do a few, either workout or, take a walk. But I don't get frightened about it anymore. As far as my medicines, I'm still tapering my gabapentin. But I'm able to function in life doing it. I'm able to work. I'm able to maintain friendships. I'm able to do the things I need to do that life asks for us to do. Pay bills, things like that. I'm going super slow because I don't want to end up in the spot where I was in a few years, a year or so ago. I have to work. So I'm going at a snail's pace, and I'm proud of it because I'm getting there, and I'll be finished one day. I don't need to be finished tomorrow, and there's not one person that's going to tell me I'm not going to heal because I'm on gabapentin, because yes, I will heal, as you will, no matter what you're doing with your journey. So where I'm at, I'm at 180 milligrams a day. It's split doses, but I'm at 180 milligrams a day of gabapentin. I'm still at the 25 of Visceral. I'll tackle that next. I'm no longer on the beta blocker. I've been off of that a good 6-8 months. And it was pretty easy to get off of. I had to taper it, but once I got off, I didn't have any issues. So where am I? I've developed a lot of coping skills. Again, I'll tell, I do go to Celebrate Recovery. I go there religiously. I go there every Friday night. I serve. I help others. Developed a strong bond with a lot of people there, which really helps healing. Not pushing you to go into AA or Celebrate Recovery, but being with others who know what you're going through, who do not judge you, helps a lot. I say over and over again, I have Jesus. I have Him. If I didn't have Him in my life, I would have never gotten through this. I'm not pushing anything on anybody, but for me, if I didn't have Him, I would have never gotten through this. And I stay far, far away from alcohol. So, what has this taught me? Stop stressing so much about the little things. Appreciate each day as it comes. Stop allowing drama to get to me. Because in the old days, I would fester and obsess about drama or stress and things like that. I still get stressed, but I try not to let it get to me as bad as I used to. I take one day at a time. I take time for me. You have to take time for you. Many of us have children or grandchildren, aging parents, works. Take time for you. 30 minutes a day. Do something for you every single day. And again, nothing's more important than my relationship with Jesus Christ. So, lastly, let's see. Suggestions. This is my suggestions for y'all. Not forceful. This is just suggestions. Again, we're all different. What works for you won't work for me. What works for me won't work for you. No matter what anybody says on these sites, it's got to be individual for you. Suggestions. Take one day at a time. You will go through it. Tomorrow's another day. You don't know how you're going to feel tomorrow. You could feel okay. You could feel worse. But you can't predict it. So just take today. Just live today. Number 2, no, this will not be forever. I swore up and down that this was never going to end, but it did, and it will for you. Number 3, if you're not affected by any other illness that keeps you from being physically active, get up. Get up and walk. Take a walk. Take a walk around the block. It will progress. After a block, you'll want to go 2 blocks and then 3 blocks, and you'll feel better after your walk. And you'll see that will help you with your healing. 4, get connected. As I was saying, get connected with people who admit they have problems and then are not ashamed to say they have problems. Number 5, take breaks. Take breaks from Facebook. Take breaks from Benzo Buddies. Because again, I'll tell you, there's a lot of fear in there. And fear just feeds fear. Number 6, unless you're diet restricted, such as diabetes or something else that you may have that you need to change your diet around, eat what appeals to you so you maintain your weight if you're losing a lot of weight. If you're doing the opposite, no suggestions because I don't know, because I didn't go there. I lost a lot of weight. 7, stay away from alcohol at all costs. Alcohol works very similar to benzos, so drinking alcohol is just basically gonna fuel the fire. Number 8. I was writing some of this while I was in the car. I wasn't driving. Don't feel pressured to get off your other meds now. If they work for you, good. It is between you and your doctor what you take and what you don't take. Don't feel pressured. This is, again, I'm not telling you that you need to take medicines. I'm not telling you shouldn't take medicines. But getting on these Facebook sites and hearing that you have to get it or you won't heal is not right. Okay? Nobody on here knows you like you know you. So, do you. I'll say that over again. Do you. if you are taking other medicines and you want to get off those other medicines, my opinion, unless there's a medical reason why you need to get off those medicines, I would say get through your benzo withdrawal first. I tried to get off the other medicines while I was in the thick of benzo withdrawal, and I think that kept me from healing, because your nervous system is so on fire from the benzo withdrawal. To try to get off the other medicines is just going to make it worse. Used to watch Don Killian's videos, and he said that over and over again, and I'd like, but I got to get off of this, and he just said, just wait, and I did, and that was the best suggestion I ever listened to. Let's see, number 9. Don't ask on the sites if you should go do A or B. Okay. You can ask for what happened to you, but don't ask if you think that you should do A or B. Don't ask for someone to, steer your life on. For example, don't ask if you should or shouldn't go on a medicine. Don't ask if you should eat or not eat something, because again, everybody is having their own journey, and what worked for them won't work for you. You're going to have to test the waters with what you think might work. Again, I'm going to say again, I wrote this 100 times, do you. We are all different. What works for one won't work for another. What doesn't work for one may work for you. Okay? I wrote down number 10, you're not crazy. Okay? You have an illness. It's an illness just like any other illness that you have to take time to heal. Okay? Number 11, understand, unless your family or friends have actually gone through what you're going through, there is no way on earth that they're going to understand. It's just life. They're not going to understand. So you can't expect them to understand. Hopefully they're going to be supportive of you, but they won't understand. Number 12, take care of you. Like I was saying before, all of us are being taught something through this. Okay? At your time of healing, you will know what you're being taught. 13, try not to get angry. It won't help your healing. Yes, this was done to you. Yes, I got angry. We can get out there and make change, but getting super angry won't help your healing. When you do get through this, write journal articles, write something, write to your Congress. Change is being made right now as we speak. So just get through the healing first. Okay. Let's see. Try to do what you can for your nervous system. I think that's going to be the last thing I say. Just try to do what you can to heal, to calm your nervous system. Things that I did: warm bath, heating pad, meditation, deep breathing, laughing when I could, yoga, walking, and enjoying nature. I'm not going to go too much further because this is going on 30 minutes and it's getting dark outside. So I hope I answered your questions. This is, like I said, it's probably going to be my last video. I feel like I'm healed from benzo withdrawal. I'm getting through the gabapentin withdrawal. I'm doing life. You will get through this. You will, I promise. In a year, 2 years from now, you'll be doing the same thing I'm doing right now, is getting on these and helping others, because it's going to keep happening. And people need help. People need encouragement because they're afraid, just like if you are right now. But you will be there one day where you can help others, as I hoped I would be able to help others when I was through it. So if you have any questions, just comment below. I hope and pray, and God bless you all.